Good morning, children. Welcome to everybody in our online biology class. Today, we have to talk about the very important process of the human reproduction that is called the gametogenesis. Exactly, the gametogenesis means this is the process. The very important terminology is gametogenesis. First, we have to talk about the definition. What do you mean by the term gametogenesis? The process by which testis produces male gametes and the ovary, that is the female sex organ, that produces female gamete. What is called the male gamete? Male gamete is called sperm and the female gamete is called ovum. It is very clear to us. So the testis is the male sex organ which is producing male gamete, that is sperm. That process is also called gametogenesis, and the ovary, which is the female gamete which is producing ovum, that is also gametogenesis. So cumulatively we could like to say the gametogenesis is a process by which the testis produces male gamete, that is sperm, and the ovary is producing female gamete, that is the ovum, that is collectively called the gametogenesis. Do you understand, everybody? I hope. Now, here, the while discussing the gametogenesis, there are the two aspects. First aspect is that how do the how does the male gamete, that is sperm, is produced in the testes, and the another phase is also how do the ovum is produced in the ovary. So we have to discuss it in two aspects. Now in this lecture, I shall discuss the how is sperm produced in the testis. Obviously, this process is called the spermatogenesis. In case of the testis, you could see the spermatogenesis is a procedure by which the testis is producing the sperm. So, whenever the process when begins, when at the puberty, when a male is attaining the puberty, on that very moment the testis is producing the sperm. So that is the sperm. This process is called the spermatogenesis. Now the question is coming, the testis is producing the which cell of a testis is to be produced sperm? That is an important question. So, and where the process is going on. Dear students, we have already discussed the, let us see the picture. If you would like to see the picture of a testis, we would like to recapitulate. You follow it. The within the testis, if you would like to see where I would like to encircle here this picture you are seeing, it's a sagittal view of a testis, and where the sectional view, and within the testis we have shown you there are the small compartments, that is called testicular lobules. What are these compartments? Let us show you the picture. This picture is said to be the testicular lobules. So whenever the talking about this very picture of the testi within the testes, here you will be getting the testicular lobule. You see the picture of the testicular lobule, and as much within the testicular lobule, if you would like to see the sectional view, there will be seeing 2 to 3 seminiferous tubules are there within each testicular lobule. So this is seminiferous tubule 1, this is 2, this is 3. In this way these are arranged. So when we will be talking about a seminiferous tubule, within the seminiferous tubule wall, there is a cell is to be produced, which is the what is the name of the cell? Which is called a immature male germ cell. Let us go to the picture. Immature male germ cell, when you are showing, let us see the picture of the immature male germ cell. The immature male germ cells are produced in the inner wall of the testicular seminiferous tubule. So these cells are called spermatogonia. Spermatogonia, I am encircling this spermatogonia. It is a immature male germ cell. So this spermatogonia will change into, not directly to the sperm, that will not directly changing into the sperm. There are the two phases. First phase is that immature male germ cell will change into the spermatid. Immature male germ cell will change into the spermatid. Here I am showing you the picture of the spermatid. It is it is marked also. This is the first phase. It is called spermatogenesis. And when the spermatid will change into the spermatozoa, that is called spermiogenesis. তাহলে when you are talking about this procedure, the gametogenesis, so it is having the spermatogenesis is a procedure. So we can talk about the clear cut discussion. Here we will be taking spermatogenesis and the spermiogenesis. So the when this process starts, the first one, here I would like to show you the how do the spermatogonia is a plural term that is found within the cells which are found inner wall of seminiferous tubule, that will be multiplied by the which cell division? Mitotic division, increased in number. Obviously every spermatogonium is diploid in nature. 46 chromosomes are there, and some of these spermatogonia, when this is called the primary spermatocyte. You see here, I would like to show you the seminiferous tubule spermatogonia that is in changing into the spermatogonia is there, changing into primary spermatocyte. Then the primary spermatocyte, this is a mitotic division. So 46 chromosomes will come here. Then this some of the primary spermatocyte which are diploid in nature, that will change into secondary spermatocyte. Not all. When the secondary spermatocyte these are changing, so then this primary spermatocyte undergoes the meiotic division. Here the first page of a meiotic division will be the, what is this process? It will be the reductional division. So here that will be haploid number of the cells are formed. The primary spermatocyte is diploid in nature, and when that will be undergoing the meiotic cell division, that will follow the first meiotic cell division. So that is said to be the secondary spermatocyte changing, where it is haploid number of cell. So the 23 chromosomes are present every cell. Then secondary spermatocyte will undergo the second meiotic division, which I have marked already. See, so that will be changing into the uh, spermatozoa. So there will be the spermatozoa. So secondary meiotic division, second meiotic division is equational division. So ultimately, what are we getting? One spermatogonia that will be changes, divides by mitosis, that is forming the primary spermatocyte. Primary spermatocyte the undergoes the first meiotic division, producing haploid secondary spermatocyte, and every two haploid spermatocyte, and these two haploid spermatocyte will undergo second biotic division, that will be changing into haploid spermatozoa. So we have started from the primary spermatocyte, one cell. From there we are getting two cells, and ultimately four cells are we are getting. These are the germ cell, which are haploid. So this process is said to be the, what is the name of this process? This this process is said to be the spermatogenesis. And when the spermatogenesis process is over, so this, then the spermatozoa are the immature cells. They don't go out directly. These are changing into the spermatozoa. These are changing into the spermatozoa by the process that is said to be the spermiogenesis. These are changing into this process that is called spermiogenesis. তাহলে spermatozoa is formation of a spermatid will change into the, so spermatid will change again by the process into the spermatozoa. Spermatozoa common name is sperm. This is said to be the spermiogenesis. So whenever we shall discuss the gametogenesis, so that will be divided into the two phases. Number one, spermatogenesis, and second one is the spermiogenesis. So gametogenesis, spermatogenesis, and the spermiogenesis, these are the two aspects. Now the question is coming, the this entire process when been going on, so the spermatozoa, which or the sperm which has already formed, that will be unable to go out immediately. That will be embedded within the Sertoli cell. All these steps have been described here. This is embedded into the Sertoli cell. It will take some time. It will get the nutrients from there, and ultimately that will be released from the seminiferous tubule. This very process is said to be the spermination. This very process is said to be the spermination. So here you see we are been explaining the entire procedure through this. This is a flow diagram, and here ultimately the spermatogenesis is said to be the spermiogenesis plus spermine. Acha. So the now this question is coming, what is the structure of a sperm? Actually, before discussing the structure of a sperm, we have to talk about the hormonal aspect. This process is having a hormonal background. Without the hormone, this process cannot start in the puberty. So obviously, the hypothalamus is a part of a pituitary. Hypothalamus is a part of the pituitary. From the hypothalamus, there are two hormones. One hormone is secreted, which is called the gonadotropin releasing hormone. This gonadotropin releasing hormone will come to the pituitary gland, that will affect the anterior pituitary cells. That the steps are described there. Anterior pituitary cell gland, that is coming. তাহলে gonadotropin releasing hormone is coming to the anterior pituitary, and from the anterior pituitary then gonadotropins are secreted. There are two types of the gonadotropin. One is said to be the luteinizing hormone and LH, and the second one is the follicle stimulating hormone. This luteinizing hormone, that will act on the Leydig cell. We have shown clearly. Luteinizing hormone act on the Leydig cell, and the follicle stimulating hormone FSH will act on the Sertoli cell. How do they work? Obviously, we know the Sertoli cell, where are there, which is within the which is within the seminiferous tubule. So Sertoli cell is there. So the Sertoli cell, when that will, excuse me, when the Sertoli cell will come, Sertoli cell will be able to release, the Sertoli cell will secrete the some of the chemicals which help the process of spermination, because sperm is waiting there. So Sertoli cell will release a aggregation of chemicals which will be going to complete spermination. That means sperm is released. But now the question is coming, the how the process going on. The luteinizing hormone will act on a Leydig cell which is present within the seminiferous tubule, and that will secrete androgen hormone, and that will help the process of the spermatogenesis. The process will be continued. Next, we have to talk about the structure of a sperm. Structure of a sperm having, if you see here, the detailed picture of the structure of a sperm has been shown here. So, if you would like to talk about the sperm, is a, it is, the four parts are there. There is a head is the part of a sperm, and simultaneously the very next part of the sperm is the first one head, second one is neck, third one is the middle piece, fourth part is the tail. Obviously enter sperm, if you see, that is been covered with the structure. If you see, the structure of sperm is covered with a plasma membrane, which is shown there. Within the plasma membrane, sperm is kept. So the head of the sperm, if you see the head of the sperm having a cup-like structure, which is called acrosome. Acrosome is full of the fluids, of the enzymes that will invade the ovum during the process of fertilization. Here I am showing you the acrosome. And the nucleus is there, haploid number of the nucleus is there, and which will be helping the process of fertilization. And this middle piece having enormous mitochondria, you see the mitochondria are shown here. This mitochondria is emitting, releasing the energy which is helping the small tail to move. So whenever the at the time of a so the sperm will be released, and the we know the sperm will be passing through the accessory ducts. What are the accessory ducts? We have already shown you the picture. Let me discussed in the previous class. Still I am showing you the accessory ducts are exactly, let me show. Accessory ducts are, the number one is said to be the retitestis. You see, it is said to be the seminiferous tubule is the lower. Then coming to the retitestis, from this retitestis, vas efferentia to the epididymis, epididymis to vas deferens. All of these are passing through the sperm, and when that will be coming to the uh, uh, when this has been coming to the uterus, then that will be open, getting the duct from a seminal vesicule, and from seminal vesicule it will be getting the seminal fluid, and then that will open into the urethra. When that will be open to the urethra, we know urethra is external genitalia. It is changed into the cupboard, it is been changed into the penis, and the in this way it will be ejaculated. Now the seminal vesicule, along with this, there are four type of the some accessory glands are there. What are the name of the glands? We must know the name of the glands are there. First one is the prostate gland. Second one is the seminal vesicule. Third one uh, prostate gland and the seminal vesicule and bulbourethral gland. So these are prostate gland and the seminal vesicule. These are secreting the fluid which is called the seminal fluid. So the seminal plasma is the sperm plus seminal plasma. Totally it is a mixture. Sperm is embedded within the seminal plasma. Seminal plasma is providing the nutrients to the sperm, and ultimately the seminal plasma provides the nutrient to the sperm. It is called semen. So let us show the structure of the semen here. Semen is nothing but a combination of sperm and along with the seminal plasma. Semen is a combination of the seminal plasma and the sperm. Both it is the fluid in nature, and the fluid is the seminal plasma which is providing the nutrients to the sperm. Here the green background is the seminal, blue background is the seminal plasma, and the encircling part, these are the sperms. These are providing the nutrients to the sperm, and that will move, that will provide the motility of a sperm. So ultimately, so these are the parts which I have talked about, the gametogenesis, and the first part of gametogenesis said to be the spermatogenesis, and the structure of the sperm and how the semen is to be formed. Minded per coitus, the 200 to 300 millions of sperms are released at the time. 200 to 300 sperms are released during the coitus. So it is the elaborate description of the spermatogenesis, structure of sperm, and side by side the how the semen is formed. It is the class where I have explained it, and in my next lecture I will be discussing oogenesis. How is the ovum is formed within the ovary? So let us have a nice day. Thank you very much.